really, I've decided to do Vlogmas. Today is Wednesday, November 30th. I'm going to be doing the videos on a 1-day delay so that I have time to film into the evening and then edit them and post them the next day. And so the first thing that I'm doing for Vlogmas, I just got done with work, which was pretty miserable today. I've been on a quest to make my ADHD meds last later into the evening, so I've been delaying taking them until noon. And yeah, it turns out I can't concentrate at all in the morning without them. So yeah, kind of a rough day at work. Then I did therapy, and now I am going to get my bangs trimmed because they're not looking so great, right? But first I'm gonna have some soup that I made last night and a little bit of sourdough bread. Really good for dunking. This sourdough bread my friend Michael made and gave to me. Isn't that nice? That's my new cat, by the way. You may recall my old cat died. Hey, come back here. Greetings from beautiful Minneapolis. Love this. I made it. I drove way outside the city to be here. I like this place. It was like recommended to me by somebody because they always have same day bookings, but it is way outside Minneapolis. So it's kind of dumb. The roads are bad, actually. Wait, hang on. I can show you better from the front camera.
Love you too.
What do you think? I don't know. Honestly, I feel like I probably should have just cut them myself. Like, I feel like there is something off about this that I can't put my finger on. I don't know. I don't think I like it, honestly. I don't think I like it. I probably should have just done it myself the way I know how to do it. I'm feeling kind of feisty right now, so I'm gonna have a Xanax. Yeah. Like, sorry, I need water. Yeah, I'm just really not sure about the cut. And like, my stylist was kind of obnoxious too. Like, I won't rag on her too hard. I know customer facing jobs are difficult, but like, this is such a Minnesota thing. Like when she first had me sit down, she was like, okay, now you help settle a dispute. So some of me and the ladies up front are having a dispute here. And she was like, okay, finish the sentence. Duck, duck. And I said, gray duck, because that's how we play duck, duck, goose in Minnesota. It's duck, duck, gray duck. And she was like, high five, you're really from Minnesota. It's like, I was like, lady, can you spare me this, honestly? Like, it's like a meme here in Minnesota that we like play that game differently, or that it's different. It's like Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It's like, yeah, technically it's true, but it's like, it's been said so many times that like, it's not funny. It's not like, it's not like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that we say it different than other people. Like, everybody knows that, you know? And then she was also telling me that, like, because I said, oh yeah, well, I used to live in Boston for a minute, and I didn't know that it was different. And everybody was like, what the hell are you talking about? And she was like, oh, you're from Boston? I was like, no, I'm from here. She was like, say, park the car. And I was like, park the car. Anyway, but I tipped her well, even though she was obnoxious and she fucked up my hair somehow. I don't know. I don't like it. Whatever. For dinner, I'm going to cut open this pomegranate, and I'm also going to be making wild rice. Okay, so here's my dinner, really simple today. Just pomegranates and the wild rice. So I learned recently that wild rice is not actually a rice. It is a grain that is native to Minnesota. And I don't know how widely distributed it is elsewhere in the country, probably not very much in the world. Oh God, I just got rice all over my bed. Fucking fork fell out. Okay, I'll deal with that in a minute. But yeah, so it differs from like regular rice in that it is crunchy when fully cooked. So it's like a firmer grain, and it is like I said, it's native here, and the indigenous word for this food from the Ojibwe people is manomen. The more you know. Oh, it's good. It's good on its own. I added some cheese because I'm fat, and also some hot sauce, and that's fine enough. That's good enough for me to eat. I already had my soup today. But yeah, now it's 9:30, and I feel like I didn't really do much tonight. Like, I went and got my bangs trimmed, and I made rice, and that's pretty much it. But I'm feeling a little bit burnt out tonight. Like I said, this morning was kind of rough for me. Because I didn't take my ADHD meds, I got super unfocused and overstimulated at my job. And it really takes a lot out of me, honestly. And then in therapy, we were talking about different things and that sort of thing. I actually have been thinking about something that we talked about at therapy. And it's that, so I was having this, I don't know why I thought this earlier, but I was saying to myself, part of my self-concept, and I understand that this is not a rational thought, this is like an emotional feeling that I have, right? Part of my self-concept is that I am sincerely mentally ill. And if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that that is true. If this is your first time watching me, hi. So I've complex PTSD from child abuse. I was hospitalized for mental illness 6 times between the ages of 19 and 20. I spent the next about 14 years being an alcoholic, and I have ADHD, which was undiagnosed until I was 34, and it's just been a mess, basically. And anyway, so, but like, I'm getting better. Anyway, so my self-concept is that I am sincerely mentally ill. And other people who say that they're mentally ill are exaggerating. And that if they had a taste of what it was like to actually be mentally ill, they would feel ashamed of themselves for adopting an identity that they didn't have a right to, right? And then that made me think, so being mentally ill is a part of my identity. And that made me think, I'm getting better. I'm sincerely getting better. All the years of therapy and the EMDR, and I, working on my body dysmorphia, I went to an eating disorder clinic, like all of this, and the weekly therapy, the meds, I take 12 pills a day. Like, I am sincerely getting better. And so all of this time and this energy and this thoughtfulness that I've been putting into my recovery, and I'm sober for 2.5 years. Let's not forget that. So all of this like work I've been putting in is paying off, and all of a sudden I'm having to work like less at it, and my symptoms take up less of my time, and like I am recovering. And so like, if my identity has necessarily, to save my own life, been wrapped up in being mentally ill, what happens when I am not that mentally ill anymore? Like, what does my identity look like without that? And yeah, I was at a party the other night with like a bunch of really interesting people. Michael, if you're watching this, thank you again for inviting me. And I just, usually when I go into a party, I feel like I'm like probably gonna be like the smartest, most interesting person in the room because I'm very humble like that. But it was sort of the opposite at this party. Like, I felt like the one of the dullest, least interesting people there. And I think that I was feeling this kind of like identity hole that I don't know, that I'm like, it's a new concept for me, something that I'm thinking about as I get further into recovery. It's like, what do I fill the hole with? I have all this space and this energy to do something. What is it? Okay, well, this is probably the Xanax talking, but I am beat. And I have some chores left over that I'm supposed to do, but I'm just going to bed. I think I'm going to probably watch my favorite YouTuber, Miss Amberlyn Reed, on her VLOGMAS journey right now. And then probably just pass the fuck out. God bless. Thank you for watching my video, and stay tuned tomorrow. We're going to a Santa Christmas parade. Okay, bye.